I was able to catch up with head coach Ron Brooks after the 11-4 win. He was satisfied with last night's win and said they have to clean up a few things up before heading into the district play next week.
So we got to play better at the beginning. You know, too many walks early, an errant throw, those kind of things. You put them in position to score those and get up 4-0 there in the first 2 innings. So just do a better job of being prepared to play early in the game.
The Bobcats finished the regular season with a 24-1 record. They're the #1 team in the district and ranked 17th in the nation. They will begin district playoffs next week, playing the winner of Oakley and Forest on April 15th. If they win that, regionals will begin the following week. Live from the studio, Jordyn Banks, WUFT Sports. Notable matchups include the Williston Red Devils, who've only dropped 1 game this season. Lafayette, sitting at 8-2, will travel about 70 miles south to take on Williston. The Red Devils' rush attack will be the key to this game, with nearly 300 rushing yards and only 46 yards passing per game. If Lafayette can't put a stop to this running Red Devils, Williston may control time of possession and wear them down. Kickoff is set at 7:30 at Williston. Santa Fe High, coached by Ernest Graham, has not sniffed the playoffs in the last 5 years. But that all changes tonight when they take on Calvary Christian out of Clearwater. Santa Fe is coming off of a 17-0 shutout of Weeki Wachee, while Calvary Christian rides in a 1-5 game win streak, including last week's 36-26 victory. Both teams enter at 7-3 and both dominate on the ground. Santa Fe is averaging about 203 yards rushing and Calvary around 219. Kickoff is at 7. Other playoff games in the area to watch out for is the Newberry Panthers as they head to Cocoa to take on the Tigers, and the Panthers have a 5-5 record ahead of this matchup. Bradford has some home field advantage against Avion Park. The 9-1 Tornadoes are looking to tear through the Red Devils, and head coach Cornelius Ingram has the Hornets ready to make another deep run in the rural division as Hawthorne hosts Brantford tonight at 7:30. The Buchholz Bobcats were on the hunt last night, and the Oviedo Lions was the prey. Fans were on the edge of their seats during this catfight. The Bobcats entered their playoff opener Thursday night at Citizens Field as the #1 seed, but the Lions didn't look anything like a typical #8 seed. It was an offensive game from start to finish. Both teams traded big plays all night in a game that ended with a tight 49-41 Buchholz victory. Wide receiver and UF commit Justin Williams delivered a standout performance, scoring 3 touchdowns, including 2 crucial scores in the fourth to help. It's finally the end of the week. Let's end it off with sports. I'm Jordyn Banks. NFL fall camps are underway in a frightening scene for Miami fans this week when offensive lineman Bayron Matos was airlifted after suffering an undisclosed training camp injury. Here's Miami head coach Mike McDaniel with an update regarding his player's condition.
That's a tough moment for any team. We were really pumped to hear that he is feeling and movement in all extremities. And he's doing better and better, which is what we're focused on.
The Dolphins have not said what happened or what it could mean for Matos this season. He remains in the hospital in stable condition. The college sports world could be on the verge of another big shift. A presidential executive order called Saving College Sports was signed by the president yesterday and outlining sweeping changes from limiting athlete compensation to protecting schools from antitrust lawsuits. The order would create one set of national rules for name, image, and likeness, deals overriding state laws that could give athletes different opportunities depending on where they play. It also calls for safeguards to protect Olympic and non-revenue sports. For some programs, schools have considered cutting to pay for rising NIL and legal costs. Critics, including NCAA President Charlie Baker, says the order doesn't fix deeper issues. It might not hold up against legal challenges. Federal agencies now have up to 60 days to develop enforcement plans, meaning big changes, if any, are still months away. Just hours ago, University of Florida's athletic director Scott Strickland released a statement responding to Trump's new executive order, saying this underscores the growing recognition in the need to modernize the collegiate model while preserving educational purposes. Gators women's basketball team will be on island time this fall. The Lady Gators will participate in the Cayman Islands Classic. The tournament will be held during Thanksgiving week in Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Florida has been slated to take on Memphis in its opening game on Friday, November 28th. The matchup between UF and Memphis will be the fourth and final game of the day. The Gators will return to the court on Saturday, November 29th to face Georgia Tech. Heading to St. Petersburg, the council has officially terminated a new stadium deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. The Thursday's unanimous vote comes months after the baseball franchise announced its withdrawal from the $6.5 billion project. Despite the termination, the city is still required to maintain Tropicana Field through the end of the 2028 MLB season, when the Rays' current agreement with the city expires. In the meantime, roof repairs and other maintenance work are ramping up at the stadium as the city fulfills its obligation to get the stadium game ready for the 2026 season. To wrap up with sports, former Gator Ricky Castillo is competing in the 3M Open. He is making his way through the second round in Minneapolis and is T28 through 7. When we'll come back, we'll take one last look at your weather forecast.